Hey Cinemark fans, Dave Rispoli here with the incredibly talented cast of Challengers. I feel like we can't help but ask about the physical aspect of this film. I was exhausted for you, like watching it, sweating in the theater. I wonder, Zendaya, for you, what kind of prep did you do tennis-wise for this?
As soon as I knew that I was gonna do this film, I started just watching a lot of tennis, like matches after matches, like waking up and just basically playing matches all day. And that would be, that was kind of like my introduction to it, because I wanted to start to understand the game, understand the different players and the history of the game, and different playing styles as well. So that became the kind of first step. And then I started working with Brad in LA just on my own. Well, these guys were kind of doing their own thing, and we hadn't quite come together yet. And then we all met up in Boston 6 weeks prior to production just to start our tennis boot camp. And that was a really special time because it just allowed for us to get like our nerves out of the way. I think we were all kind of terrified to tackle something so physically demanding, and coming into a place where it was like, okay, we all don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean? Makes you feel very good and very safe. And there was, so physical training and then also time to rehearse and get to know these characters in a deeper sense.
Tashi Duncan, she's gonna turn a whole family into millionaires. She'll have a fashion line, a foundation.
You were incredible today.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't even like tennis, it was an entirely different game.
Hey, come hang out with us later.
Want me to come tuck you in?
No, we just keep talking.
I'm curious, what was your experience before? How would you categorize your experience during? And now, how do you consider yourself in the tennis game after?
Awful.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Awful.
yeah, bad, and bad. When I got the job, I was home in Ohio, and I immediately called a good friend of mine, Julie, who's a personal trainer, to go and kick my ass. And then, because talking to Luca, he was really adamant that I actually put on weight. And I thought, well, that's the opposite of what I was expecting, because, you know, it's a tennis player, it's very cardio driven and it should be thin. And he said, no, you need to put on weight. And so my friend Julie,
Eggs, lots of eggs.
Eggs, man, 8 eggs a day. And then I was working with JJ Wolf, who's a professional tennis player out in Columbus. So that was 6 weeks prior to actually going to Boston, where then we were in Boston with Brad and our physical trainer, Brian Dew, who continued that on. And so, you know, in like that 12-week span of just like being on this regimen and then keeping it up throughout the duration of shooting.
And that he did. I know, like, between takes,
Salmon.
between, like, we would be at base camp and you'd see somewhere Mike is working out.
Working out.
Mike is putting in the work.
Yeah.
By that point, I was like, I'm taking a break. I already did the work, all right? I'm supposed to be Tashi. I'm watching. I'm retired. I got a knee injury.
And Josh, for you, your character has a very distinct style, very distinct serve. I wondered how much of that was like you crafting your own tennis style.
Well, I don't think I was good enough to craft my own tennis style,
Tell us.
unfortunately. But
That's what it is. Let's go with that.
yeah,
He crafted.
It's a distinct style. I like
Yes,
it.
I'm
but
giving it to you.
Yeah, but it is also, he was supposed, I mean, in the script, he's supposed to. Fortunately, he was supposed to have a distinct style. The serve was funny because, you know, in the script, obviously, he has a very kind of like distinct thing. Brad Gilbert would be showing me videos on YouTube and he'd be like, look how crazy this serve is. And for me, it was like, just a normal serve. But for a tennis player, they notice really finite details, and that's finite details to them is crazy. So we had to sort of.
That's so
we
funny
did have
because he
to sort
was
of-
like,
he was
look
like,
how weird. Like,
look at this weird one. And I was like, oh yeah,
that's weird.
that's weird, Brad.
I'm taking such good care of my little white boys.
I assume you planned this.
Not this part.